Well, hello everybody. It's a new year. Happy New Year to everybody. I thought what I'd do is show you a little video of my car man cave. So come with me as I go down and show you my collection. These two are from BBR. They are a high quality resin model. They're in very limited edition. The Corvette is number 17 of 32 made. And the Ferrari is number 22 of 24. So as we come down here, this is a ship model of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I like anything mechanical. I love cars. I like ships, planes. I love trains. You name it. As we come down, this is in the bookcase. And what I have here, this is a Poacher Lamborghini Aventador. And this is a built kit. It's metal and plastic resin, a lot of screws. Everything opens. Very, very beautiful, beautiful model. It took me, maybe 3 months just on and off to build it. And then next to that, and that is a 1/8 scale. And then next to that, this is a Walter Wolf edition Lamborghini Countach in 1/8 scale by D'Agostini. This was a 24-month build. That's where you would get a kit in the mail every month. That would give you so many parts and you would just build it over a 24-month period. Everything opens on this. This one actually has working features like headlights, horn. You can start it up. When you turn on the turn signals, the headlights, the brake lights. Yeah, everything. That car is pretty cool. That was some pretty intense building with the wiring and stuff. Then these cars here, these are by GT Spirit. They are 1/12 scale. Very high quality. I think they were commissioned by Kyosha. And that is the new Bugatti. And then here is, this is by Looksmart. This car is just unbelievable. Very heavy, very few made. Carbon fiber. This car is just beautiful. And then up here, that's also another GT Spirit. That is a Lamborghini Aventador as well. So these are all 1/12 scale except the two bottom Lamborghinis, which is 1/8. As I move around, I play music, so I've got just a few guitars in my collection. I have a passion for Jackson. And then here, these are just a few that I've actually built. These are actually, they're all chrome foil, detailed, sprayed with automotive, 2-part, except those three right there, the Nova, Z28, and Monte Carlo. Those was just with just plain lacquer. And then these cars right here, I always had a fancy for the 70 big boats cars, and I absolutely just love the Lincoln Mark V's. And these are from BOS, Best of Show. So on this side is my boat collection, as you will. And I've got a few more tucked away, but I just don't have the room. And they just released a a Mercury Marquis, which is being shipped. So I'm excited for that one. I've got a fancy for hideaway headlights. It's a long story. When I was a little kid, my neighbor had a 1970 Ford LTD. And I could never understand where the headlights were during the day, and then the headlights would be out. I always thought it was magic, and I would ask my dad and he wouldn't know. So one day they're coming home and it was early evening and they had their headlights on, so I thought I'd run in front of the car and see where the headlights go. Well, the funny thing is the neighbor stopped and motioned for me to move out of the way. So I moved out of the way, they pulled up, and I went in front of the car again and the headlights were gone. So I was always intrigued from then on. Alright, back to these. These are also GT Spirit cars, limited edition. Some of them are for US spec. And then that is the new Auto Art Mad Max. I've been waiting for that for a long time. I just got that about a month ago. And then this beast of a car, let me back up here. That is a front end of a 77 Thunderbird. It's lipstick red. I actually own this car. Not this particular car that has the front end on the wall, but one identical to it. Loved it. I love the 77 through 79 Thunderbirds. Well, I actually came across this up in the Chicago area, and it was basically perfectly cut. You can see right here how it was cut straight down, cut all the way across the roof. I'm sorry, the hood. But it was in really bad shape. So I bought everything, stripped everything down, had it painted. It used to be gray and black. The bottom underneath the molding was black. So I had it painted just like the car that I had. Headlight doors, they flip up. I do not have room. I was going to wire it up to a couple actuators to open the headlight doors, and have a step down transformer to power the lights and stuff, but there's just no room behind there with the supports and stuff. I bought a lot of NOS parts to put everything back together because the originals was just in bad shape. The bumper is the original bumper. It has been re-chromed, and the bumper support behind it was removed. So basically it's just a bumper shell. Otherwise I would not be able to support it. The bumper beam behind the chrome bumper on these cars are just brute. But yeah, that is a nice piece. Anyway, when we come around here, this is a collection of Danbury Mint cars that is no longer in production. Danbury Mint, Franklin Mint, they stopped producing their 124 scale cars because of the labor laws over in China. And I only have one or two Franklin Mint, but the Danbury Mint cars was just out of this world in detail. So I've got the majority of every year, not every year, but the majority of the Corvettes. And then it goes into the Mopars. I love the Mopars. A lot of these are limited edition. A lot of these are low number editions. And then I go into GM. And then Cadillac. And then I go into Pontiac. And I sort it by oldest to newer. Old to new. Judge. Different GTOs, the Trans Am, Franklin Mint. Those are the three Franklin Mint. The only ones that had made the 77 Trans Ams. Then I go into Ford. A lot of these, like I say, are limited edition. They actually have numbers underneath. And the Mustangs, and then goes into the Thunderbirds. And then a couple of Lincolns for Auto Modella, I think is how you pronounce it. And then I was Space Air. I was cleaning these the other day and I actually broke apart on one of the cars, so it's being fixed right now. So, and then here's just a couple odd ones. These are the older ones. Studebakers, Chevy Olds, and I have a few more that is packed away. I just don't have the room. So then when we come over here, I just finished this. This thing is awesome. This is by Poacher. It is the quarter scale Ducati, and I'm gonna butcher the name. Well, anyway, it's their super bike. There's the name of it right there. The 1299 Panigale. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Panigale S. Wow. Talk about detail. This took me a long time to put together. Very tedious. A lot of screws, bolts. I mean, it's just like the real bike. Everything works on it. Suspension works, chain works. Actually, when you mount the wheel, you have to adjust the chain, shock, everything works. And underneath the bodywork, I mean, you have the engine and you got to put it together. You got to wire it. You have to plumb it. This thing is just totally awesome. Here's the other side. I mean, you actually have to put together the disc and the inner hub. I mean, it's just amazing. I have everything in in the acrylic case, keep it protected from dust. And then underneath the table here is a 143rd collection, which is the luxury cars. Like there's the 3 Thunderbirds. I have a lot of Lincoln Mark 5s. That 79, that is actually a 78 Monte Carlo, but I actually had that exact car, but it was a 79, same color scheme and everything. Had a power moonroof. Come over here. Here's some more Lincolns. Like I say, love the hideaway headlight deals. And then over here, underneath here, is a museum quality tanker ship. I'm trying to think of where I got this, and I can't think of the name of where I got those two. Very beautiful pieces. And that about wraps it up. I'll come in here and show you. This is my hobby room, and this is where I store all the boxes and everything too, all my cars and stuff. And then a model collection. This is where my workbench and stuff. Then here's some more 1/18 scale cars. And then a little compressor that I do my painting. And then I have, these are the other boxes and stuff, but I also like to collect models. And some of them are kind of rare. They're still in the cellophane. And then I got a thing for Legos, but only certain one. I love the architecture and stuff that's like buildings and stuff. Some of these you can't even get anymore. The cars. This is a newer one. And I just got the Taj Mahal right there. And then I got a thing for gauge clusters. So I have a few gauge clusters around. This is of a 86 Monte Carlo SS. So it's in excellent condition, and I used to love those cars. But the story I was telling you earlier about the hideaway headlights, that is a NOS grill. Everything is NOS. So it's basically brand new out of the box. That is a car that started me with the hideaway headlight fascination. So I just had to have it. And it took several years to find all the pieces. But everything was NOS, and I put it together and just sat it up there. So anyway, here's a couple of locomotives sitting out in scale, HO. I just collect the locomotives and stuff, but here's a Camaro I'm working on right now. The paint is all done, and the chrome foil and everything is done. So I'm working on that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. So this is just this is my thing. I love just vehicles. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and hope everybody has a healthy and prosperous new year. Thank you.